I don't know if it's because we're in Scorpio season or we're approaching a Mercury retrograde or just it's 2025 and shit's popping off. You know what I mean? Hard to tell. And because of that, you are experiencing all new things. There is a shifting of that old from that new. So you may be like me and you feel like very fully integrated as far as like your day to day. We've already released all of these old things. We're operating as this new identity. You may have new, ways that you refer to yourself. Maybe you used to say you're an author and you're like, I want to expand beyond that. I'm a multi hyphenate, or you may have recently had children and now, you're a mother or you're a parent. So there's all these different ways that we are expanding. And so with that, you may be fully integrated in this new being, this new way of being. And so all these experiences are new. And so what happens is, again, like last week or 2 weeks ago, when we talked about back to basics, right? We talked about going back to basics. What's happening now is you are experiencing new scenarios, but you are very quickly realizing the very, very deep root of things and how they're affecting you. So as new things are coming up and you may be responding to them in a new way, right? So let's say you got a flat tire. Maybe old you would have made this such a catastrophe. You would have talked about it for weeks. It would have been your whole personality. And then, oh, it's draining my bank account. This only happens to me, da, da, da. That's the old version of you. Maybe now you get a flat tire and you're like, this sucks. All right, I got to rearrange some things. I'm going to call AAA. I'm going to take it care of, and I'm going to keep it moving. Because an inconvenience doesn't need to be any more than that. And maybe it offered you the opportunity to be still. So we're going to operate under what is happening, not on what we wish was happening. But still, if you begin to notice, there are things underneath that of, wow, but why did I have the propensity for, extremism? Why did I have the propensity for, this is so, because we may now have healed or worked through to have new responses to things, but we maybe have not fully cleared out and taken a look at, isn't it interesting that I used to respond in that way? Or perhaps you're like me, where this week I was faced with something that seemingly is serious, but not, I don't mean to be cryptic, but you don't need to know my whole life. I already, pretty much I'm on here naked, so relax. But, I was faced with something in my life and it was not, a huge thing, but it was definitely a big thing. And in that moment, there was a part of me that had very big feelings. I can still feel them in my body. Very big feelings. Feelings of fear, feelings of inadequacy, feeling of, I just want to be like everybody else. And no, I didn't realize that's what it was. I was leading with anger, right? That's easier. I was leading with, they don't understand. I've been clear, right? And then I sat with it long enough and I'm like, oh, that's what's behind that. And here is where that switching in new sketches comes in. Here is where that paying attention to this, being willing to be still, what this new version of you is offering you is the ability to sit with the remnants of the old you. And notice that maybe, my whole body's lit up and I'm very emotional, that maybe this is about the opportunity to let both live. Maybe that's okay. Maybe healing, maybe this powerful version of you, this badass version of you, this I'm going to do it my way version of you, this whatever this new integrated version of you, maybe they have the capacity to hold both. To both sit with old wounds, to recognize it. What do I want to learn here? I don't have to shift this. I don't have to change this. I don't have to do something different to also say, I'm powerful as shit. Isn't it interesting? Thank you, self, for showing me those things. How do I want to operate knowing that those things sit in my heart? How can we separate out emotion from clarity? There it is. How do we separate out emotion from clarity? How do we separate out emotion, our healing, our frustrations? That wasn't fair. They hurt my feelings. I'm betrayed. Why did I get passed over? From your clarity of, that happened. And also, I'm not giving it all my energy. They want to pass me over. That sucks. I don't like it. But guess what? Somebody else wants me. This means I am left open for the thing that I need.